What cringe thing that you did in your lifetime keeps you up at night? It was my first day in high school and we were supposed to introduce ourselves through a skit. Well, I introduced myself like I was a WWE wrestler, complete with my own ring entrance walk, chants that I thought were supposed to hype up my new classmates, and even had a made-up wrestler nickname Lamel. I still wake up sweating every now and then remembering that. Lie about stupid things like how rich my parents were, places we'd traveled to, etc. I grew up dirt poor with struggling parents. My old Facebook status is from the 2008 to 2012 those stupid Farmville shares, with posts that are typed leak teas because it looked cool. I once passed what might have been the most disgusting sounding fart of all time, in front of a 100-person class while giving a presentation. To try to cover it up, I said, "Well, excuse you, professor. My friends still haven't let me live that one down." My crush came to my house to do a high school project. It involved the internet, and while she sat next to me she tried to navigate to Google on my computer. Unfortunately, the address bar auto-filled and took her to my last Google search. Page 2 of results for her name. Every link had been clicked. We both just sat in silence. There are lots of instances, but the one that I recall is this. It's optional: give your teacher some flowers day at school. I ask if I can get flowers the morning of, like the dumbass person I am. My stepmom is just like, "Oh well, go without them since you didn't prepare." Cut to me walking to school. I find these weeds with tiny little orange flowers on them. I thought they were pretty, so I picked some. I gave my teacher some dug up weeds with roots still attached and all as flowers. Yelling in a library when I played shooting games back when I was a kid. It was a small library and everybody could hear me when I was yelling things like shit, crap, die. The librarian came over to tell me to be quiet, but still remember everyone staring at me. Still burns, man. There was a brief time in middle school in which I would speak in the manner of Tony Scarface Montana. Shut the fuck up, you pile of cockroaches. So embarrassing. I was very shy growing up and had trouble carrying a conversation. Writing was a strength, though, so I decided to handwrite a note to the girl I had a crush on and put it in her locker. Cringe by itself. To my surprise, she came up and started talking to me the next day after school. I had imagined her most likely ignoring my letter, or if anything writing back. I was so extremely flustered all I could focus on was her smile and the heat of my full face blush. She finished what she had to say and walked away. Then, to my horror, I realized I had no idea what she said. I was still inexperienced with my GF at the time and thought it would be spontaneous and hot to pick her up off the bed and kiss her with her legs wrapped me standing up. However, she had no idea I was intending to do this, so I struggled to lift her dead weight for a few agonizing seconds. Then I thought fuck this and used all my strength to lift her up, but I overdid it, causing her to hit her head on the ceiling light. I drop her out of shock and she hits her head on the end of the bed. She was completely okay and we laughed about it, but I was so embarrassed. When I was 14, for some reason I tried to do the surprise kiss to a girl I was hanging out with at the time. Needless to say, it didn't work and she just said, "Dude, WTF are you doing?" Thankfully no one else noticed and she told me she was cool with it and I just forget about it. Yeah, I didn't. I wanna shoot myself every time I think about it. When I was a teenager I had a little crush on one of my female friends. One day she starts hitting on me and suggestively nibbles and sucks on my finger. I get all nervous and jokingly say, "Hey, you don't know where that finger's been." I wake up some nights in a cold sweat remembering the look on her face at that moment. Gave my ex by half a hand job while sitting across from his mom and our other friend at a restaurant. We were in high school. Looking back, she could definitely tell what was going on and I'm mortified every time I think about it. I had a massive inappropriate crush on my married math teacher in middle school. The poor man was clearly not at all endeared by it. Puberty was very cruel to me and I was not cute. On the last day of school, I was too shy to approach him to sign my yearbook, so I had my friends do it. He signed it and suddenly that's when I worked up the courage to go ask him myself. He awkwardly signed it a second time and didn't say a word to me. Pretty much every waking moment from age 12 to 36. In 3rd and 4th grade, I legit thought I was a cat. Like legit. I hissed, meowed, and scratched at people. And I also licked myself. Not like full-on bathing, but like my hands and stuff. Ooh, and I always told people that I was a cat on the inside. I cringe so hard at this now. When I was 17 I went to my first party with alcohol and I was flirting with this random girl. She gave me drink after drink until I was feeling pretty bad. We ended up kissing. I threw up on her face.